These days, blockchain technology is hugely popular. However, what is a blockchain and how does it operate? How may they be implemented as their name suggests? A blockchain is a collection of information containing blocks. However, it remained mostly unused until it was tweaked by Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009 to develop the virtual currency Bitcoin, making it impossible to back them up or tamper with them. A distributed ledger that is completely accessible to everyone is called a blockchain. They have an exciting feature whereby it becomes exceedingly challenging to modify data once it has been stored inside a blockchain. Each block had pieces of information, its own hash and the hash of the block before it. Depending on the type of blockchain, different types of data are kept inside blocks. For instance, the Bitcoin blockchain saves the information about a transaction here, including the sender, recipient, and the number of coins in a block, as well as a hash. A hash can be compared to a fingerprint since, once a block is formed, it uniquely identifies the block and all of its contents. Its hash is calculated, and if anything inside the block changes, the hash will also change. In other words, if the fingerprint of a block changes, hashes are particularly helpful for detecting changes to blocks. The block is no longer the same. The hash of the preceding block is the third component in each block. A chain of blocks is effectively created, and it is this method that makes a blockchain so safe. As an illustration, consider this chain of 3 blocks, where each block has a hash and the hash of the one before it. Block number 3 therefore refers to block number 2, and block number 2 to block number 1. The first block, however, is a little unique. Even though it is the first, we refer to it as the Genesis block, therefore it cannot point to earlier blocks.
Let's say you modify the second block, changing its hash in the process. As a result, block 3 and all subsequent blocks will become invalid because they no longer include a valid hash of the first block. Therefore, altering one block invalidates all subsequent blocks. Hashing alone, however, cannot stop tampering. Modern computers are extremely quick and can calculate millions of hashes in a single second. To restore the validity of your blockchain, you could essentially modify a block and recalculate all the hashes of the other blocks. Blockchains therefore contain something called proof of work to counteract this. This mechanism hinders the production of additional blocks. In the instance of Bitcoin, calculating the necessary proof of work and adding a new block to the chain both take roughly 10 minutes. The security of a blockchain is derived from its inventive use of hashing and the proof of work method. This mechanism makes it exceedingly difficult to tamper with the blocks since if you tamper with one block you'll need to recalculate the proof of work for all the following blocks. However, blockchains safeguard themselves in yet another way, by being distributed rather than relying on a single person to run the chain. Everyone is welcome to join the peer-to-peer network used by blockchains. Each new member of the network receives a complete copy of the blockchain. This can be used by the node to confirm that everything is still in working order. Let's examine what occurs when a new block is generated and sent to everyone on the network. Then, when each node has confirmed that the block hasn't been tampered with, it gets added to its own blockchain if everything checks up. Every node in this network validates, and they all concur on which blocks are legitimate and which are not. Other nodes in the network will reject blocks that have been altered. Therefore, in order to properly alter the blockchain, all of the chain's blocks must be altered. Take over more than half of the peer-to-peer network and redo the proof of work for every block. Your tampered block won't be accepted by everyone else till then. So it's practically hard to accomplish this. Blockchains are likewise undergoing constant change. The establishment of contracts is one of the most recent innovations. These simple programs can be used to automatically trade currencies based on predetermined conditions. They are stored on the blockchain.